In this video, I'm going to be ranking some of the most popular minigames in Minecraft. Also, only a small percentage of you who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you enjoy it, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Now, I know this isn't going to be every single minigame in Minecraft, but these are just some of the most recognizable ones. Anyways, this tier list has 5 tiers. Fantastic, good, decent, and no. This is the Minecraft minigames tier list. First up is Bed Wars. This is a classic. I had a lot of fond memories playing this. Bed Wars is a game where you try to defend your bed while attacking other people's beds. Your bed allows you to respawn when you die, so if it's destroyed you will no longer respawn. At your island there are generators that give you iron and gold. You can use these to buy items to bridge to the middle and take out other people. As the game goes on, the generators get faster and the people get better armor and weapons. Eventually, everyone's beds will be destroyed and you will fight to the death. Bed Wars is a really good strategy PvP game that can be very entertaining. The length of each game can range from a few minutes to half an hour if there are a lot of campers. Another thing about Bed Wars is that you can choose to play defensively and work on your bed defense, or you can rush everyone and try and get as many final kills as possible. Overall, Bed Wars is an amazing minigame that became extremely popular a few years ago and is still popular today. Fantastic tier. Murder Mystery. This game is not originally a Minecraft game, but many people still choose to play it in Minecraft, and it used to be very popular. In a game of murder mystery, one person is chosen as the murderer, and it's their job to kill everyone. There's also a detective or sheriff that has a bow that could shoot the murderer, but if he shoots an innocent person, then they lose. The murderer wins if they manage to kill everyone, and the innocents win if the sheriff shoots the murderer. The game can be very fun in Minecraft, and it always keeps you on edge and it's full of suspense. You never know who the murderer is unless you actually see them kill someone, and then it can be very difficult to avoid them. There's also a lot of pressure on the sheriff to make sure that they don't shoot the wrong person. Murder Mystery is a suspenseful and interesting game, but it just doesn't compare to some of the other ones in this tier list. Tier. Spleef. This is one of the oldest minigames in Minecraft. It's played with 2 or more players and it usually has snow on the ground and everyone has shovels. The goal is to use the shovels to break the blocks under people's feet and try to be the last one still standing. This minigame is very easy to set up for yourself and you don't need a bunch of commands or anything fancy to play it. It's probably the minigame that popularized this style of playing Minecraft. It allowed people to take a break from survival and play some games with your friends, or in my case, villagers. Spleef is now in pretty much every major server nowadays. Some of them add a twist to the game called TNT Run. In this version, you can only stand on a block for a few seconds before the TNT drops and you fall. This forces the players to keep moving, making it much more interesting to play. Overall, Spleef is always going to be the OG minigame and it deserves to be remembered. However, nowadays there are more interesting minigames out there and it just doesn't live up to them in my opinion. Tier. Build Battle. This game is pretty self-explanatory. At the beginning, everyone votes on a theme to build, and you have a couple of minutes to try and make the best build on that theme. Once the timer runs out, people vote based on how good people's builds look or by how much clout they have. Some people always vote the lowest option for everyone else to try and increase their chances of winning, but that really doesn't do too much. Build Battle can be a lot more intense than what you might think. You might not have a clear vision in your head of what you want to do because everyone else chose a different theme than you and you end up wasting 90% of the time coming up with a plan and then your end result is subpar. Or maybe that's just me. There are also other versions where everyone chooses a different theme and players vote on what theme they think they built. Also, just a tip, it's always going to be spaceship. Trust me. Anyways, in Build Battle you have a limited area that you can build in and you can't see other people's builds until it's time to vote. Build Battle can be a very interesting game mode for everyone, even if you can't build. I'll put Build Battle at a good tier so I don't have a bunch of angry builders coming at me in the comments. Duels. There are a ton of different variants of duels in Minecraft, but basically it's one player fighting another player. This can be with full enchanted diamond armor or swords, or with only bows, really anything. In Minecraft duels, players are usually given the same or similar stuff so it's an even fight. Also, having a duel doesn't necessarily mean fighting. There are parkour duels, build battle duels, turbo kart racer duels, pretty much anything. Now that I'm recording this, I'm not even sure if duels could be classified as a minigame, it's more of like a playing style. Now I've played a lot of duels, and it's one of those game modes where you can play for hours without realizing and then end up wasting the entire day when you're supposed to be recording a video. Definitely didn't happen to me. Anyways, duels can't really be the worst or the best on the tier list because there's just so many different variants. So I'm going to put it at good tier. Skywars. This is probably my favorite minigame out of all of them on this list. It just has everything that a good minigame should have. It has an active player base, engaging PvP, and a ton of hackers. Now you might not think that having a bunch of hackers in the game would be a good thing. However, if a game is popular enough to have people so desperate to be better than everyone else that they would hack, then it's a pretty good game. Just to be clear, you should never hack on most servers and you will probably be banned. If you hack in Skywars or any other game where it's not allowed, I will not hesitate to report you. Anyways, back to Skywars. In Skywars, everyone can use a kit. There's usually a lot of kits to choose from and you can buy more with coins. There are typically 12 players in each round and chests are scattered throughout the middle of the map and there's starting chests at your islands. All of the players either get their starting chests and go to the middle or they just rush. After that, they fight until there's one player remaining. And again, there's a ton of different versions such as team mode, normal mode, insane mode, lucky block mode, and a whole lot more. Skywars combines skillful PvP, game sense, and many other skills. Its rounds aren't too long, but also not too short in my opinion. It's another one of those games that you can spend hours playing without realizing. Overall, in my opinion, I think that Skywars is the best minigame out of all of them on this tier list. Feel free to disagree about it in the comments, but I'm going to put it at a fantastic tier. UHC. UHC is a hardcore survival minigame. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really played that much, so you guys will probably disagree with my opinions. In UHC, there is a world border and it's similar to a survival world in how it's set up. Natural regeneration is turned off and the difficulty of everything is turned up a lot. You can also play in solo or team mode. Eventually, after a while, there will be a death match where the remaining players fight to the death. UHC can be very fun and interesting, but someone could sneak up behind you and stab you at any second, so you always have to be paying attention. Now, like I've stated earlier, I haven't played any rounds for myself, so I don't really have any personal insight, but I'm gonna say that it's a decent tier. I know that just made a lot of you hardcore UHC fans really mad right now. Anyways, moving on. The Dropper. This is also a classic minigame and it has been around for quite a while. Basically, you drop or fall through a tube with a bunch of obstacles, and your goal is to land in the water at the bottom. Some of these are very easy, while some are almost impossible. There are thousands upon thousands of different dropper maps, each with their own themes and difficulties. The Rainbow Dropper is one of the OG dropper maps and is one of the first Minecraft maps in general. It has provided countless hours of fun over its decade-long history. Nowadays, dropper maps aren't as popular as they once were, but Hypixel recently added them to the prototype lobby. Now, why does all this background footage come from Hypixel? Well, you see, I want YouTube rank. But to do that, I need 30,000 subscribers, so consider subscribing so I can flex on my friends. Trust me, it's worth it. Anyways, yeah, the dropper is pretty cool. You do the thing where you go to the top, and then yeah, you water, then win, GG, easy, FFJJQRSTUV. Sorry, my cat ran across my throat. The dropper is a cool minigame, but all you really do is falling. You don't even need a mouse. However, it still requires a lot of skill to do perfectly, so there's that. But in my opinion, it's definitely not the best minigame, but it's definitely also not the worst. Decent tier. And last but not least, Turbo Kart Racers. This is probably one of the best minigames ever made. Have you ever wanted to go around in circles with a bunch of other people for a while so that your hand gets tired and you have a 70% chance of getting rubber banded without a chance to catch up? Well, now you can in Turbo Kart Racers. Just log on to mc.hypixel.net. Not sponsored. It's basically Mario Kart in Minecraft. You and a couple other players go around an oval track and there are speed blocks to give you a speed boost, and that's about it. This is just such a fantastic minigame that's almost bad. No tier. Alright, thanks for watching, bye.